And the doctor says I tore my ACL. And I just started crying, bro. Like, because like I didn't know what to do. That shit was sad, bro. And anybody going through that, like, I just pray for you, bro, because it's not easy, bro. Just even talking about it, like, I've never really opened up like this. And that was one of the hardest moments of my life.
Hey, chat. We back with another video. As y'all seen from the title, yes, I tore my ACL twice before I reached my senior year, man. And I didn't tell anyone. No one knows. And this is me telling the whole world. I honestly don't even know how I got to this point, but I did. And now it's time for me to tell my story. And in this video too, I'm letting y'all know what I'm doing for college next year. Trust me, man, I got the plan. Y'all gonna find out, just keep watching. And if y'all haven't already, man, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe on the video, man. It helps so much for the channel to grow, man. Thank y'all for all the love and support y'all have given me. It's a crazy story. I've been waiting to get this off my chest for a while now, and it's finally time. So now it's time to start the story. And we gonna start in 8th grade. Coleman. So, we made it, man. We're at my old middle school right now. I ain't been back here in a long time. And I'm finally happy though that I could finally tell my story. And it all starts here, bro. I was really like that, bro. And everyone knew who I was, like everyone. There wasn't one player in Hillsborough County, that's the county I'm in, that could mess with me at that age. I know that's not like a thing to brag about, but it is. Like, I worked for it. And at that age, I was that guy. And I'm still that guy. But y'all gonna understand why I'm not where I wanna be at in my basketball career. You just gotta know everything happens for a reason. You can't get too down when stuff doesn't go your way, because that's just life. There's so many ups and downs in life, and you just gotta deal with them. This is where Hibachi made his legacy, man. That's where the legacy started. I started on my middle school team as a 6th grader, 7th grader, 8th grader. I've been a dog, man, my whole life. I'm gonna put the clips up, man. Just watch these real quick. When I was a JIT, I was really that one. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, no one could mess with me. And you could ask any of the top players in Tampa, they all knew how Hibachi was as a JIT. It's just crazy that it's all over, man. I had a lot of fun in middle school, I'm not gonna lie. I had too much fun. My 8th grade year, I wasn't as focused as I needed to be on basketball. I was really good, but I just wasn't working out as hard as I needed to. Once I lost my championship, and I started to grind again, but I've always just played basketball. Like, when I trained, I never focused on my legs, my body, none of that. All I did was just hoop. I'm saying this because this is the reason why I tore my ACL the first time. And we're gonna get into it when we go to Robinson, my next high school, my 9th grade year. It was a crazy year, but we about to go head over there and chop it up, man. I'm finna see y'all there, man. Let's go. As y'all see, I'm in a jersey, man. We at Robinson with it. This is a whole new school. When I was here, none of this was built. It looks beautiful. I want to finish the story on the basketball court. That's where everything really happened, man. That's the real story. So let's go head over there, man. Let's go. Somehow we made it in the gym, man. We got here, but I own this place. I'm not gonna lie. When I was here, it was 15 win seasons, 20 win seasons. Now, we ain't even gonna talk about it. But I appreciate the coach for letting me come in here and make this movie, man. So many memories on this court. I got hurt on this court too. I came to this school as a 9th grader with high expectations. I wanted to make varsity, and that was my main goal. It was no doubt in my mind that I wasn't making varsity. I wasn't playing JV, I was playing on varsity. And when the season came around, I ended up starting. From the first game, as a freshman, I was starting on varsity. I got everything I ever wanted, and it honestly felt like a dream. And life was just amazing. Like, I was playing good, I was averaging 10 points a game. Comparing myself to other freshmen, I was one of the best, and no one
in my class at the time could say that they started on varsity and played varsity minutes and averaged 10 points a game. But with that comes another level of ready you have to be for the next level. When you go from middle school to high school, I went from playing against 6th graders, 7th graders to be guarded full court by 12th graders every single game. Your body has to be ready for that. And that's why I'm gonna say it now. I know I'm stressing, you gotta play, but it's okay. You just have to run your race. It's so many stories of people that didn't play varsity until their 12th grade year, but they did and they did good. Or there's people that never even played varsity basketball and still made it. And there's a bunch of stories about everything because everyone's story is different. And that's why you just have to run your race and just keep going. And for me, I was so focused on playing on varsity, I didn't understand the toll that was really gonna take on my body. If I could go back, I would change a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Right when the season started, I was working out real hard, the whole off season. But right when the season started, I stopped putting in work. I wasn't working out like that because I was having practice every day. I had games almost every other day. Yes, that's very important, but at the same time, you have to work on your body. And I didn't understand that. What I thought practice was just go play basketball. And that's not true at all. So what happened was in middle school, I had a really bad hip. I have really bad hips, like horrible hips. And my 7th, 8th grade year, my hips got really bad. And I had to take a break from basketball for a little bit so they could come back. But I didn't do the rehab I needed to do because I didn't know what to do. I was just like, my hips are hurting, so I'm just gonna chill out. I'm not gonna play basketball. So when the high school season came around, 9th grade, and I'm playing games every other day, having practice every day, and I'm a 9th grader. You gotta imagine this. Like, if you're a 9th grader on varsity, you know, these 12th graders, they're not just gonna give up their spot. Like, they didn't just hand me the starting spot. I had to go take it from seniors, 11th graders, and best believe that they have an animosity, because if I was a 12th grader, I would never let a 9th grader come and take my spot. And that's just me. Like I'm saying, you gotta practice versus 12th graders, and they're going as hard as they can at you every single practice because they wanna play more than you. And it's just real. So I'm going through hard practices, the hardest practices I've ever been through in my life at this point, in 9th grade, and playing games, damn near playing the whole game. I swear, I was playing probably 25 minutes a night minimum. There was a time in the season where our best player got suspended, and I had to come in, and I was the next leading scorer, so I had to play the whole game for us to win games. And I had an amazing basketball IQ, and I still do, and that's why I was able to do that. But a point came in the season where my hips started to hurt again. I took a break, I took 2-3 games off, but I didn't address the problem. I just sat on it and just let my hips rest. And that's the worst thing you can do. You have to do some sort of rehab. You gotta do something to work out your hips to make them stronger. If you're just sitting there, and this is with any body part, you gotta make your body stronger for that next level. So I was just sitting there not doing nothing, and my body was being the same. This is what led to me tearing my ACL the first time. The first game back from my hip injury, I come back, I'm playing in the game, and I'm running with the ball. This dude was good, he was a senior. He played for Strawberry Crest. He was tough. He cut me off, and when he cut me off, my leg went straight. And I heard a pop, something popped, and I was like, what the hell? And then I kept trying to play, and I couldn't play. Like, it was crazy. I was like, what the hell is wrong with my leg? And nothing hurt the day of. I mean, like, I got home, my knee hurt a little bit, I put some ice on it, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I'm gonna show y'all a video of what I looked like the next day. I was fucked up, and I didn't know what was wrong. And nobody did, my parents, no one. I wanted to play so bad. Like, you have to understand, I'm a 9th grader playing on varsity. Like, it was so fun. Like, it was nothing more that I could ever dream for. Like, that's what I worked so hard for my whole life. And getting hurt at that moment, I wanted to come back so fast. And my parents wanted me to come back so fast because they knew that I was hurting. And I knew I was hurting. And I knew I just wanted to come back and play basketball. So what I did was, it was about halfway through the season, I came back in our first playoff game. So how the playoffs work in my state is you have districts, regionals, and then the states. So if your record's good enough, you can go to regionals without winning districts. But in our situation, our record wasn't good enough, so we had to win districts to move on to the next round. And our first round opponent was a very good team. They had everyone from Tampa. If you know, you know, Tony Livingston at King, he was different. He's at Florida right now playing football, tight end. We're gonna make it. He's big, he's got great size on him, and he was just that guy. That's who we had to play. We really had no chance, I'm not gonna lie. But we were in the game. It was a close game, like, I swear. But remember, this is my first game back from injury. And you gotta imagine a 9th grader playing on varsity in his first ever playoff game, bro. Like, the nerves, not the nerves, but just how bad I wanted to play. I wasn't thinking about my leg. So when it was time to play, I was hooping, right? I think I had 8 in the first quarter, like, quick. And I'm playing defense too, I'm doing everything. I just forgot about my leg. And I went to the rim. They had a 6'8" dude. I go to the rim, jump, he jumps. I know I'm about to get my shot blocked to Narnia. So the way I landed was mad weird. And I shot the ball still, I missed it, whatever. And when I landed, my leg just crunched, bro. It was the craziest feeling ever. And when my leg just like crunched, it was like I could hear it. It was just like, it literally crunched. It sounded like I just broke a stick. And it was just like, but it was like slowly, like if you break a stick slow, like it wasn't like it was like and that shit, ooh, it hurt so bad. I get home, I'm good. I'm not thinking anything of it. I know I'm hurt, but I'm such a dog, and I've never really got hurt in my life. The only other injury I had was my hip, but I always fought through it because that's just the type of person I am. I'm always gonna fight through whatever's in front of me. I'm always gonna push through, fight through. But in that moment, that was not what I needed to do because your body's everything. Come to find out, I had to get an MRI. So we got the x-ray, I get the MRI. We go back to the doctor, and the doctor says I tore my ACL. And I just started crying, bro. Like, because like I didn't know what to do. Like, it was just, that shit was sad, bro. And anybody going through that, like, I just pray for you, bro, because it's not easy, bro. And just even talking about it, like, I've never really opened up like this. And that was one of the hardest moments of my life. But when that happened, I had to go get surgery. And then it was time for my sophomore year. And since I tore my ACL, I couldn't play AAU. And as y'all know, AAU, let me stop crying, man. I'm being a little girl. Like I said, man, I couldn't play AAU. And that hurt because AAU was a big thing, like, and it still is today. Like, if you want to get recruited by colleges, AAU is so big because that's the time that colleges they're not playing, so they can the coaches can go to games, the coaches can do this, the coaches can do that. And I didn't get that. And I would have played for an elite AAU team like EYBL. I was on the phone with, because nobody was doing what I was doing. Averaging 10 points a game as a 9th grader on varsity is elite, like elite. And the thing too that I didn't tell nobody as well I didn't reclass. So I didn't get another year to work on my body. And that's what a lot of people got. A lot of people I know, I can name countless people I know that reclass and that are doing great right now. And great for them, but in my mind, in my opinion, at the moment, I didn't feel like that was needed. I felt like I was good enough, and I was good enough. The numbers show. So I was 14, playing on varsity, and like I said, I wasn't working on my body, and I ended up tearing my ACL. Shit happens. Did I cry about it? Hell yeah. But what did I do the next day? I had to figure out how to get better. I got surgery, and it was time to work. I'm not gonna lie. That summer was the hardest I ever worked in my life, ever, because I knew I had fallen behind. I had never fallen behind before in my life. Like, I've always been at the top. But once that happened, I fell all the way I didn't fall all the way to the bottom, but in my mind I did, because I tore my ACL. And the crazy part is I didn't tell anybody, bro. I swear, I didn't tell anybody. I told everyone I know I tore my meniscus. And you can ask everyone. I did. And I lied. And the reason I lied is because I hate when people ask questions that don't care about you. Like, people will never talk to me a day in my life. They will see me hooping. They'll be like, good game. Like, you hooping, bro. You hooping. And then the moment you down, now they trying to ask me questions. What happened? What you gonna do? I ain't trying to talk to your ass. I'm just being real. And that's how my mindset was. So the only people that knew was my mom and my dad. And we didn't tell anybody. That's what we did. And a lot of people can say that we shouldn't have did that, we shouldn't have did this, we shouldn't have did that. But in my opinion, that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because no one ever doubted me. My coaches didn't know. They didn't look at me any different type of way, because that's a big thing. If you tear your ACL, your coach looking at you different. Best believe your coach looking at you different. Best believe that. And then it was time for 10th grade, sophomore year. I had just worked the hardest I've ever worked in my life. And it was finally time for me to come back and show everybody what I had done. Everybody was like, where'd MJ go? He didn't play AAU, nobody seen my face. I literally disappeared, and it was crazy. It was one AAU tournament that I could have played in. I was 4 months out of surgery at this time. I know this is gonna sound crazy, and I'm gonna put up the clips and I'm gonna show y'all everything. It was one tournament left that I could have played in before the season started, and it was in Miami, and it was a known tournament. It was a good tournament. It was a lot of people there. It was a great vibe, and we did it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't tell my doctor. I didn't tell nobody. But no one knew, that's the thing. No one knew that I was really hurt as bad as I was. So, and another thing too that I did to make my body and my mind just feel way better was I would literally tell myself over and over and over again that I tore my meniscus. And in my head, I really felt like I tore my meniscus. The mind is so crazy. And if you really believe something, if you really manifest anything, you will get it. I promise you. But you have to really believe. Like, it's a different type of belief that you have to have. I knew that I had to think that I tore my meniscus, so I would never think about my ACL, and I'll just never think about it. I'll just be like, meniscus. Because people ask me questions every day. Meniscus. In my head, I was just like, my meniscus hurt. I'm back. 4 months post-op surgery, ACL surgery, we go to Miami. We have 4 games, and I don't even know how I played, but I'm a dog. And in the first game back, I'm not even gonna lie, I almost threw up. It was crazy, but it was just a great time. And then the craziest part is, at that tournament, they had a 3-point shootout, a dunk contest, and an all-star game. And in the dunk contest and the 3-point contest, they were giving out $1,000. they posted it on their Instagram and stuff, but you don't know if it's real. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. When we seen that, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in that. We had 2 games, and then we had 2 games the other day. So we had just played both of our games. On the first day, we went 2-0 the first day, right? We go home, we chilling at the Airbnb. And then Jordan, my boy Jordan, Mick, y'all know Mick, he like, the 3-point shootout is in like 20 minutes. And we like, we gotta go, like, come on, like, what are we doing? And I'm like, we gotta go, cause I'm trying to get this money. I ain't gonna lie, I'm broke. I ain't never touched $1,000 in my life before this moment. So I was like, oh, okay, let me see what they talking about. So we pull up, right? I kid you not, this is literally like straight out of a movie. We pull up late, we're walking in, they call the last person. It's a line of people. I run in the line. The dude's like, nah, you can't get in, And then like, somehow, out of some way, my team was around me, everybody, they were just like, let them in, and I got let in. And that was the worst decision they ever made. Because right when they let me in, it was go time. And I was the last shooter, so I had a bunch of nerves, I'm not gonna lie. The first round, I was nervous. And my dad was like, do 10 push-ups. I was like, bet. All right, I did 10 push-ups real quick. I ain't gonna lie, my body felt better. I felt loose, I felt good. I get in there, I'm shooting, boom, boom, boom. I make it to the next round. I tied with this white kid. And I'm gonna put up the clip right now, right here, wherever I put it up. And me and this white kid going back and forth. And it's do or die. Whoever misses and the next person makes it, it's over. I think I made one, he made one. I made one, he made one. I made one, he made one. And then the last one, I made it, he missed. And then it was time for the next round. So that wasn't even the championship. So then in the championship, I'm going against this 3rd grader. Nah, he wasn't in 3rd grade. He was probably like 6th grade, 5th grade. I knew the money was mine, I'm not gonna lie. They might as well just gave me the money then. I ended up winning. And then they was trying to run away with the bread. I'm not gonna lie, I had to hawk them down because I was making sure I was getting my 1,000. And then we got the 1,000. And I'm not gonna lie, when that 1,000 hit my Cash App, ooh, we was up. I ain't gonna lie. First thing the next day, man, I'm shopping. I ain't never had this much money in my life. I think I blew like $400 shopping in Miami. I thought I was it, boy. But I ain't gonna lie, I looked at my account and it said like 500. I was low-key sad that money was gone. But it taught me a valuable lesson that money is just money. Like, I never made any money in my life. And I did one thing and I made $1,000. And that just taught me that money isn't real. It's not real. You can get money at any time you want. You just gotta get that money. You gotta do it smart, not illegally. I don't want to see none of y'all in jail. I finished the tournament and I had a really good tournament. We played some 3 SSB teams. We played some good teams there. And all around, it was just a great experience. That was my first time back on a basketball court playing, and it felt so good. I was just blessed to even be playing basketball. Like, a lot of y'all don't even understand what that feels like because you never got it taken away from you. Like, I'm telling you, when I was in that doctor's office and he told me I tore my ACL, that was the second hardest moment of my life. We gonna get to the first in a second. It's coming up. When I came back on a different type of timing. I was cooking everybody. Nobody could mess with me. It was really that simple. I averaged 20 as a sophomore. Y'all can look it up, do the research y'all want. But still, even though I averaged 20, I still wasn't getting the respect I deserved. I'm not gonna lie. People were still hating on me. It was just funny because people didn't understand what I went through, and I didn't care that they didn't understand because I knew I had to just run my race. And I knew everyone would find out eventually, but I never knew how they would find out. And this is how. 10th grade year was a movie. I was top 3 in the state for threes my sophomore year. I was really shooting that thing. And it was just a great year all around. And that was basically my whole time at Robinson. It was a movie. In that 2-year span, I went through something that a lot of people have never gone through before, and it really shaped me to who I am today. And I'll always be grateful for the opportunity that Coach Smith gave me to be myself. Thank you, man. Like, thank you. It's just all a blessing. And I couldn't be more grateful for everything. And like I always say, it's the quote of everything. Everything happens for a reason, man. Just know that, man. I didn't know the plan God had for my life at the moment, but it came through. And at this time, I didn't make one bit of content. I never made content. I never knew how to edit. I never had CapCut. I didn't do anything. I was just a hooper, and I was playing the Xbox. That's it. None of y'all wanted me on 2K at that time. No, none of y'all wanted me on no games. I was really him. After this year, this sophomore year, I ended up transferring schools because I wasn't getting the respect I deserved. I'm actually gonna say why I wasn't getting the respect, and I still don't get the respect to this day. And it's because everyone who runs Hillsborough County, it's a little pack of everyone that runs Hillsborough County. And I'm not gonna say names, none of that. But all I'm gonna say is it's a little pack that runs Hillsborough County, and they make a lot of decisions, and they're gonna pick their favorite players. They didn't give me the respect I deserved. And that made me make my decision to transfer schools, to go to the school I was gonna go to, which is Plant. Overall, man, Robinson was a great chapter, a great time in my life, but the story must move on. We've been here for a long time, and the story only gets better, man. I got the jersey on. I know y'all see I'm looking fly with the jersey on. And this is my real game-worn jersey that I actually wore in games my sophomore year. So this is real hibachi buckets. We gotta go, man. We gotta finish the story. Let's go to Plant, man. Let's get it. Let's go. I actually would have stayed at Robinson forever if Coach Smith would have let my dad be a coach, but we're not gonna talk about that. Hey, man. I'm scared. We made it to Plant, man. But I definitely wasn't ready for what my junior and senior year had planned for me. As y'all know, I was coming off of averaging 20 as a sophomore, and coming to Plant, I had some very big expectations. I was just ready to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to go get that D1 offer, and I was ready to average 30. I really was, you know what I'm saying? That was the goal, was to average 30. When I came to Plant, it was very good at the start, I'm not gonna lie. Very good coaching system, very good team. But what was crazy though as well, Plant, when I came my junior year, they had 9 seniors. I had to beat all those seniors out for the spot. Of course, I started every single game, played every single game. The first game of the season, I had like 18 points. And then I went on a stretch where I just played horrible, the worst basketball of my life. But everything happens for a reason. And in that first game, I had a cramp. If you ever have cramps, bro, just go sit on the bench, bro. Don't try to play through them. Get them cramps out until you can come back in the game. I literally got a cramp and just came right back in the game. My calf was strained for like 6-7 games. My shot just wasn't feeling right. It just felt off. I had to play. It was my junior year. It was a new situation. It was a new team. I was not letting someone off the bench come and take my minutes and play over me. I just wasn't letting that happen. Even though I was hurt, I was still playing better than everyone. Besides my boy Nico. My boy Nico, my boy Dylan, y'all boys was hooping. But as time went on, I started to play better. I started to understand the team. But I definitely didn't reach that 30 points a game I was looking for. Around halfway through the season, I was probably at about 13. It really wasn't where I wanted to be. And then I went on a stretch where I scored 20, like 25, 23. It was my time. I was back. I felt ready. And I was touching rim again. And I felt so great, like the best I've ever felt
in a while since my injury. And then we had to play our rivals, Jesuit. If you're from Tampa, if you're from Hillsborough County, you know Plant versus Jesuit is one of the biggest rivalries there is in high school sports for our city. It was packed, bro. It was the most lit game I've ever played in my life. It was so many people there. It was so many people watching. This was probably about 5 games before the playoffs started. I get in the game. I'm lit, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna show y'all the clips of how deep the game was. It was so deep. We're tipping the ball off. You couldn't even hear, like I could not talk to my teammates how loud it was in there. It was insane. But first shot of the game, I got a corner 3, boom, hit it, 3-0. We're up 3-0. First shot of the game for me, first shot as a team, first shot goes in. And as a hooper, you know when that first shot goes in, you already know what type of game it's gonna be. Once I seen that first shot go in, all the nerves just fell out my body. I was so locked in and ready. Literally the next play down, I go, my boy Nate has the ball, he's dribbling it, he goes, I steal it from him, right? And now I got a fast break, and I see somebody coming. So I'm going with the ball, and I see him coming, and the angle I took an angle where I trapped myself, and when I realized I trapped myself, I had to jump backwards to be able to shoot the ball in the hoop. I should have just shot the 3, the fast break 3. I don't know what I was thinking. I do that. I jump back. He's running full speed, and he knees me in my knee. I didn't have a brace on at the time. I had on compressions. He knees me in my knee. And when I jumped, I was like, he hit me so hard, I was like, what the hell? And I wasn't even thinking about landing. And then as I land, it happened again. I tore it again. ACL gone again. And it really didn't feel real. When it happened, I knew exactly what happened. I knew I tore my ACL again. I went to the free throw line, made both free throws, tried to keep playing, but I just couldn't play. It was honestly the craziest feeling ever, because it was really deja vu. Like, after it happened the first time, I made a pledge to myself, like, that this will never happen again. And now I am in the same position a year later. It was crazy. So I get hurt, we go to the hospital. Even the doctor was like, you didn't tear your ACL, you're good. You're good. You might have tore your meniscus, who knows, but she was like, you're good. Next day, couldn't do shit, couldn't walk, couldn't do nothing. And I was cooked. I ended up going, get an MRI, get the MRI, go to the doctor. What does the doctor say? I tore my ACL again. And now, I don't know what to think. I didn't even cry because it just didn't feel real. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was the most insane feeling ever. And that's when I started content. I've always wanted to start making content, but I didn't know how to start. I don't know what it was. It was just the weirdest thing ever. It was like a calling from God. Like, this content shit is you, bro. Like, you gotta do this, bro. You're good at it. And when I got hurt, I just was like, I'm doing this content stuff. And I just started making content. I first started off clipping Twitch streamers, and I made some money from that, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. I had to work hours that I didn't want to work, and it was just annoying. But in the moment, man, when it first happened, it was hard, bro. And I can only imagine someone that doesn't know, like, and I'm not gonna lie, I was in the same boat. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life, but I knew I had to do something, and I just had no clue. But I was gonna do something. Like, I was never gonna let anything derail me from making it in life to where I want to make it to. I didn't even know, like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know if I was even gonna play basketball again. And it's crazy to say, but it's real. It's like, I just tore my ACL again. I gotta go through surgery all again. I gotta do everything again. Like, the worst part though, I'm not gonna lie, the worst part is the first couple days after surgery. Like, you literally can't even wash yourself. Like, it's crazy. Like, And going through that all again was just honestly the most humbling experience I could ever go through, because I knew something had to change, because I knew I wasn't gonna let that happen again. When that happened, like I said, I didn't tell anyone I tore my ACL the first time, so no one knew, right? So when it happened again, what you think I'm gonna do? Tell people? No, I'm gonna keep it to myself again. Yeah, like, it was hard. I kept it from everyone, and honestly, it wasn't hard. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't like talking to people, and I don't like I said earlier, I don't like people asking me questions that don't care about me. And it's just that simple. So it was honestly easy to do it. The hard part was lying to my coaches. That was the hardest part. I never told Coach Willis that I tore my ACL my freshman year. After that happened, like I said, I didn't know if I was gonna play basketball, so I just grinded, man. I just put my head down and just focused on the content and just focused on getting healthy, and that was it. And then eventually, as the year went on, we lost in the first round of the playoffs. We could have went to states, but I was hurt, so we weren't gonna do nothing because I was the best player. But Blake, which is the best team in our city, they ended up going all the way to states and losing. Their main skill set was their forwards, and they needed guards. They needed guards that could shoot. So that was perfect for me. I fit right in. The next move had to be Blake. It's nothing against Plant, because I loved Plant, and Plant gave me everything I could have asked for, but the aspect of me playing next year, there was no way I was gonna be able to play my senior year if I stayed at Plant. And you guys aren't gonna understand what I mean by that until I go to Blake and talk about what happened at Blake. Yeah, like, that's it. My junior year was honestly the craziest year of my life. I started content, I got hurt for the second time, and you can just look at it as a L year, but how I look at it as, if I never got hurt again for the second time, I would have never started making content. And that's just real. Like, I wouldn't have started making content. And I love making content because I love y'all. And y'all helped me get through so much stuff, man. And y'all have helped me so much in this journey. Y'all really don't even understand. And I just want to say thank you to y'all, man, because like I keep saying, man, without y'all, I would be nothing. Plant, junior year, definitely didn't go the way I wanted to, but everything happens for a reason, and I just trusted God, and He delivered. It's not too much more to say. So, man, that's it for Plant. I love y'all, but we gotta go ahead to Blake, man, where the real best school in the city is, man. Well, we're gonna have to find another way, man. Let's go. So, this is the last spot, man. Senior year, we at Blake, man. It's been a long journey, but it went by so quick, bro. It's crazy. When you get to high school, man, if anyone, my younger people watching this, bro, do not take them years for granted. They go by like this. And you gonna look up and be graduating just like me, man. It's crazy. We gotta start off from where we left off at Plant. I transferred to Blake during the summer, and as you know, I tore my ACL for the second time around January. So after I got hurt at Plant, I got my surgery in March. So from March to the end of the school year is probably like 2 months, and then the summer's right there. So I wasn't ready to play in the summer because obviously I had just had surgery. So in the summer as well, I transferred to Blake, and I started going to Blake practices every time they had practice every day. And I even went to summer camp with Blake, and it was great vibes, great everything, but I just couldn't play. I really wanted to, but I knew I wasn't ready. And at this time, I did not tell my coach that I tore my ACL twice. I told him that I tore my meniscus one time, and he believed me because it's no other, like, you gotta believe me. And two, I didn't want to put my season in jeopardy so I couldn't play. That was actually the main reason why I didn't tell him. I'm gonna get to it in a second. So we played summer, and now school starts. And now I'm probably about on month 6. And if you know about ACL injuries, man, the average return to play is around 9 to 12 months. Some people even take way longer than that. Some people take 2 years to recover from an ACL injury. I'm at month 6, and school's starting and season starting, and we're having real practices. As y'all know, the season starts late fall. So like the end of fall, the season starts. Like right before December, the season starts. Fall is a very important part of the preseason because that's right before the season. If you don't play good in fall, then you're probably not going to play during the season. It's really that simple. And you got to show coach that you're ready to play in fall. So in my mind, I knew that. And in these practices right before we had our fall league, I knew that I had to come back and play in the fall league if I wanted to play as much as I wanted to play in the season. And again, I didn't tell my physical trainer what actually happened. And one day I came into practice late. We played our first fall league game on a Saturday. It was Saturday night. That upcoming week, we had practices every day. And on Thursday practice, I was gonna practice on Friday. That Friday, without telling anyone, I was just gonna come back and practice. But on Thursday, I came to practice a little late. And I walked in and everybody was already going, so they weren't really worried about me. And when I come in, I see this is the first time I've ever in my life seen a college coach at one of my practices. Like, it was like mind blowing to me. And I was like, I have to play. Like, it was no doubt in my mind that I was coming back that day to practice. And I got in the gym, put on my shoes, was like, Coach, I'm ready. I got cleared. And he was like, bet, let's get it. And he just listened to me. He let me cook. And that practice, I ended up cooking. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was hooping so bad that the college coach came up to me after and was like, what's your name? Da-da-da. Like, I was hooping. And after that moment right there, I was 100% back. I was like, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm not playing fall league. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm not playing this whole season. And that's exactly what happened. I played in fall league, played absolutely terrible because I was not trying to get hurt. I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't cleared. My body wasn't ready. My legs weren't under me yet. But I played okay. Like, I probably averaged like 8. Nah, I probably averaged like 7, maybe 5. I'm not gonna lie. But it was bad. But even though it was bad, I still played better than the people I needed to play better than. And that was the main part. And that's what I did. So I was one of the best guards that was playing. It's time for the season now. And now I'm playing. I'm getting good minutes. I'm in the rotation. I'm the first, second one off the bench. The reason I didn't start was because they just went to states. Like, we're a good team. And for them to just make those changes right when the season starts is very hard as a coach, as someone that you have had for 4 years. You can't just have them start for 3 years and then their senior years put them on the bench. Like, that's crazy. So we're not even talking about that though, because that doesn't even matter. I still played as much as the starters did. I honestly played more. It was just I didn't start. But the season came back, boom, 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 and now we're in the season. And the season started off okay. I played all right, but I still wasn't cleared yet. I was averaging like probably like 8 points to start the season, like okay numbers, like not that good to be honest. But I'm playing on a team that just went to the state championship last year, and I'm getting good minutes. And I'm coming off of an ACL injury. So I was perfectly okay with how everything was going. But from people looking outside in, they think that I fell off. They think that I'm sorry. They think that I wasn't working hard enough. No, I've been through some shit that ain't nobody been through. And that was just real life. Like, people doubting me for no reason, like commenting on my videos, talking crazy, like, you can't dunk, you can't do this. Yes, I can't dunk. I tore my ACL twice. I will though, but I just can't right now. And I just wanted to say that for so long. I just could never say that. Now we're here and I can finally just be real with y'all, bro. The Thanksgiving tournament comes up. This was crazy. this was honestly what boosted my social media to the next level. We were playing Calvary Christian. If y'all don't know who Calvary Christian is, the OTE team, the Fear God OTE team. Comp, that's top tier comp. That's OTE, like that's who you want to play. And I was so ready. And this is crazy how life works. I literally was like, I'm making my first YouTube vlog today. I got a new phone the same day, like that morning. And I was like, I'm gonna vlog before a little bit. I vlogged us before the game, chilling, getting ready for the game, and then I was gonna vlog after the game, and I was gonna vlog the game. But little did I know, the first quarter starts, I come in the game, literally, first thing, I come in the game. I think we went down, we missed a shot, we come back down. I see an opportunity to take a charge. I had just taken a charge the game before. I go to take the charge. And this kid, Colin Paul, if y'all know who he is, he's a 5-star. He's like that, OTE player. He's gonna cook for them this year. He runs so fast. I didn't know how fast he was going because like the way I was playing defense, I was on the block and my man went to the corner. So if I would have left, he would have had a wide open layup. And he was moving so fast, I was like, I'm just gonna take the charge and and we're gonna go on offense. That did not happen. Actually, no, it did happen. I did get the charge, but I did get knocked out and it was just crazy. I started bleeding out my nose. It was just crazy. My head, I got a concussion, I got everything. I lost consciousness, like it was crazy. I don't even remember what happened. All I remember is taking the charge and then people saying my name, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, I don't know if y'all ever like seen the memes of like people in like Call of Duty when you're like dying on the ground and your eyes are like, you can barely see. Like, it was the craziest thing ever. Like, it felt like a movie. I could barely see, and I'm hearing people yell my name like, stop moving, da-da-da. I'm like, what is happening? And then I wake up, I'm in the ambulance, my mom's right next to me. I'm like, what is happening? And then I wake up in the hospital and my friends coming in, mad people coming in, and then I'm like, whoa, I finally wake up, regain consciousness, realize what just happened. My mom tells me what happened. I go on my phone. It was the craziest thing ever. I go on my phone. I probably had like over 100 messages like on every platform. Like, it was insane. That moment right there like shot my social media followings probably up like 2,000, maybe even 3,000 in like a week. That's why I say everything happens for a reason. I didn't know what, like, it's just insane how life works, bro. And you just can't make it up. You literally can't. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen when you wake up. Like, you never know what's gonna happen when you go to sleep. So just always be grateful. After that happened, I had to miss a few games, but it was okay. I came back perfectly fine. Everything was good. And then our first game back, my first game back, we played at Plant. And when I came back, I had to wear this mask because I like had fractured my nose, and they just wanted to make sure I was okay. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna hurt my nose again. But I couldn't breathe in the mask. Like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't see out my peripherals. It was just the worst thing ever. I hated the mask, like hated it. First game back at Plant, I go 0 for 6 from 3, and Plant almost beat us. It was insane. Like, it got scary and we almost lost. But also at this time too, we didn't have our coach. Halfway through the season, we got our coach back because a player transferred to Blake and he was ineligible, and our coach got in trouble for it. And we didn't have our coach for the first half of the season, and that also affected my points as well because I had played with our coach the whole fall league, so I understood how the rotations were. I understood when I was getting in the game. I understood all that stuff. But when the new coach came, it was like, it was all different. The new coach had a lot of trust in me, but I wasn't ready for that Plant game. So he left me in the game to just die in the Plant game. And I was shooting. I was like I'm shooting because I'm always gonna shoot when I'm open. But like, it was just bad. I just wasn't ready. I hadn't played in a game in like 2 weeks, and I just wasn't game ready yet. And he threw me in the game, and I exposed myself a little bit. Not gonna lie. Eventually, I understood that if I wanted to start on this team, I had to be the best point guard I could be. If you guys right now play basketball and you want tips on how to play, and you're a guard, you're someone that's small, you have to learn how to be the best point guard you can be. And what I mean by that is understanding the plays, literally you have to know the plays so well that when you're calling the play, you have to put people in their spots. You got to let people know where they got to go, because sometimes people be tripping. They don't be knowing what to do. They just be tripping. So you can't rely on other people to know what to do. You got to know what to do and tell them what to do, so then you can be the best player you can be, and you can make sure nothing goes wrong. And being a point guard, that's what you have to be. You have to be 5 steps ahead of what's already happening. And I understood that if I had to play, if I wanted to start, I understood that if I wanted to start, I had to be the best point guard. The playoff comes around, and around this time, the starting point guard got sick, and I took advantage of it. I got put in with the starters, and I ran that shit. I was putting people in their spots. I was learning the plays. I knew all the plays by this point in time. I was even studying the plays at home. Like, you have to study. If you want to be great at anything, you have to put in that extra work. And that's what I did. And it paid off. Playoff comes around, first game of playoffs, I'm starting. And now it's crazy. And the craziest part about all this, though, is I still wasn't cleared. Now it's January, February almost, and I finally got cleared. Right around the playoffs, I finally got cleared in January. And January was when I got cleared. And that was insane. I really did that again. I really did it. And I was so happy about that. I really didn't care about what happened. Life was just lifing, you know what I'm saying? Everything was going great. We won districts, going great. It was just beautiful. And then we went to regionals, and regionals, you have to win 3 games, and then you're in the state championship. And then it's the runner-ups, and then this actual state championship game. So we made it to the final game of regionals to go to the state championship. And we had to play a former state champion. Gibbs won the state championship last year, and we had to play them to go to the state championship. And it was at Gibbs. And this game was crazy. It was a crazy game. I didn't play the way I wanted to. We start the game, tip off. I probably got 2 fouls in 4 minutes, and I was on the bench until the second half. And when I came in the game in the second half, I tried to do stuff, but it just wasn't enough. We ended up losing, and it was sad. I'm not gonna lie, that hurt a lot. And we ended up losing. I'm gonna put up the foul. This was what we lost off. I reached, and the game was over. He went to the free throw line, made the free throw, and we lost by 1. I honestly don't think this was a foul, because he didn't move. If you really watch it, he doesn't move. I jump all the way in front of him to make sure I don't foul him, and I tap the ball, and he just stands there. Jacob, that kid is the biggest flopper ever. If he felt contact, he was flopping. But we were at their house, and it was really we were in St. Pete, you know what I'm saying? We were in another city, and they had their refs, and their refs made the call. I can't be mad about it. You know what I'm saying? And just like that, our season was over. And just like that, it's time for the next level. And I know you guys have been waiting for so long to figure out what I'm doing for college next year. And I'm gonna let y'all know. And I honestly feel like this is the smartest thing to do if you didn't reclass, no matter who you are. Even if you got D2 offers, D1 offers, even D3 offers, doing what I'm doing is so smart, and people don't even understand who have done this before. So let me tell you exactly what I'm gonna do. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a gap year. I'm gonna work on my body and make sure I'm 100% healthy for next year when college comes around. To be honest with you, I might even take 2. And the reason is because I tore my ACL twice. Come on, bro. That's 2 medical redshirt years in college. if you tear your ACL twice. That's 2 medical redshirt years. So in my mind, I'm like, I deserve that because I tore my ACL twice and I didn't take no rest, like no breaks, no nothing. And I feel like to take a year or 2 off, depending on how I'm feeling, by the time that year is up, that 2 years is up, I'm going to be so good at basketball that it's gonna be so scary. And that's what I need for my body. Trust me, y'all, the grind is not stopping. I'm gonna keep going. As y'all see, I've been going every day on Twitch. I've been locked in, and I'm still working out every day, still locked in. And I just know God has a plan for me, and I'm just gonna keep following his path, and I know everything will be okay. And D1 Dreams ain't going nowhere either. D1 Dreams will be here forever. D1 Dreams will be, in 4 or 5 years, D1 Dreams will be in the names with Raw Wave Elite, Drifty Elite, Gremlin Squad. But Gremlin Squad, I don't even want to mess with Gremlin Squad like that. But we gonna be up there, the 5-star Playboy Max team. We gonna be up there, I'm telling y'all. Just give it some time. Let me just keep cooking on the back end and just keep doing me. And I'm gonna keep putting out this amazing content for y'all. And that's really all I can do. As y'all see, man, it's unfinished business, bro. Everything happens for a reason. And yeah, man, this is the end of the video. This video, I told my whole life story about everything, man. So now y'all know who I am. For me, y'all know my whole backstory. And I honestly just couldn't be more grateful for everything y'all have given me thus far. But we just gonna keep going. And we gonna see how far we can take it. Like I said a little bit earlier, I've been streaming every day on Twitch. So if y'all could please go over there, drop a follow, it'll be much appreciated. At 4:30 too, that's when we go live every day, 4:30. And please join the Discord as well. We got a real family building over there. We just gotta keep going. This is the end of this long video, man. I've been waiting to make this video for a long time, and it's finally the right time, finally appropriate. And we made it, bro. We made it to the next chapter. And I'm so excited for it. And I'm gonna keep going and keep grinding. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna let you know when I'm done. But I'm about to be there. I'm just making sure I'm saying everything. And yeah, now y'all know the reason I can't dunk. I will be dunking very soon. I'm actually gonna start a series called Road to Dunking, and I'm gonna document my journey to dunking with y'all. That's gonna be dope, and it's also gonna help y'all be able to dunk too. If y'all need any help with knee pain, any lower body pain, hip pain, just let me know. I got the method, bro. I got the method. I got the plan. Just let me know. I know I can't dunk yet, but I will. But my knees don't hurt at all, bro. Like, at all. And I don't have any knee pain. Two knee surgeries, no knee pain. And it's because I actually work out on my body now. I work out on my legs. I get blood flow through your knees. That's the most important part about healing your body, is that blood flow. That's how your body heals, is when blood flow is going through your body. When you get a cut, the blood flow is going through them white blood cells, clearing it up, clogging it up, and then eventually it forms a scar. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Nah, I'm playing. I'm not playing though. I know what I'm talking about. But this is the end of the video, man. I love y'all. And I'm posting 2 videos a week, every week. I'm locked in, back posting every day with this Road to D1 stuff. Let's get it. We about to take it to the next level. Hi Hibachi out. And we still going D1, man. Let's get it. Let's go. Unfinished business, man. Come on, man. You just messed up the whole thing. Hibachi out. See y'all on Twitch, man. I'll be live over there every day, man. Tap in. Let's go. Ah!